Welcome coin collectors and history enthusiasts to today's deep dive into one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II from the year 1971. This particular coin is not only a piece of currency but a piece of history, encapsulating a moment in Australia's numismatic journey. In this video, we'll explore why the 1971 Elizabeth 50-cent coin in very fine condition is so highly regarded and why it holds such immense value. For collectors today, we'll discuss its design, its historical context, the factors that contribute to its rarity and its current market value. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a newcomer to coin collecting, this coin represents an essential chapter in Australia's coinage history that you won't want to miss. Background of the 1971 50-cent coin. The Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II was first introduced in 1966 as part of the country's decimal currency changeover. The 50-cent coin, originally made of 80% silver and 20% copper, was quite large and visually striking. By 1969, the coin was reduced in silver content, but its size and design would continue to evolve. However, it was the 1971 coin that stands out, thanks to the unique circumstances surrounding its creation. In the early 1970s, the Royal Australian Mint was tasked with producing a commemorative design for the 50-cent coin to honor the nation's evolving identity. This coin, as part of the broader redesign of Australia's currency, began to appear in circulation and quickly garnered the attention of collectors due to the quality of its design and the symbolic significance of the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This depiction of the Queen was used in various Commonwealth nations, including Australia from 1964 until the 1980s. The reverse side of the coin displays the Australian coat of arms with the iconic emu and kangaroo standing on either side of a shield. Above them is a banner reading "Advance Australia," reflecting the nation's growing sense of self and pride in its history. The size of the coin, with a diameter of 31.65 millimeters and a weight of 15.55 grams, made it one of the largest and heaviest coins in Australia's circulating currency. This made it an instant standout among other coins, contributing to its allure among collectors. The historical context of the 1971 coin. In the early 1970s, Australia was undergoing significant social, political, and economic changes. The 1971 50-cent coin was released during a time when the country was embracing a new national identity following the end of the British colonial period. The decision to include the image of Queen Elizabeth II on the coin as the reigning monarch of Australia was a nod to the country's ties with the British Commonwealth, while the unique design elements on the reverse emphasized Australia's growing individuality and national pride. This period was also marked by inflation, which led to the phasing out of silver in circulating coins, including the 50-cent piece. The shift from silver to cupronickel in the 1970s reflected global changes in the metal markets and the need for Australia to modernize its coinage. These factors make the 1971 50-1 coin not only a valuable collectible but a symbol of a transitional moment in Australian history. Now let's talk about what makes the 1971 50-cent coin in very fine condition so valuable. The coin in question is incredibly rare in this state of preservation. Coins in very fine condition exhibit significant wear from circulation, but still maintain clear and legible features. For a coin that's over 50 years old, this level of detail is remarkable. The value of a coin is determined by several factors, including its rarity, condition, and demand. The 1971 50-cent coin in very fine condition is highly sought after because only a limited number of coins from that era are still in this relatively good condition. The coins that have been in circulation for decades often show signs of heavy wear, which decreases their value. However, the 1971 coin is particularly significant because it marks the end of an era for Australia's silver-based coins. In terms of market value, collectors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that have been well preserved, and the 1971 50-cent coin in very fine condition is no exception. While prices fluctuate based on market demand, collectors have been known to pay anywhere from $30 to $100 odd or even more for a coin in this condition. Coins in higher grades such as extra fine or uncirculated can fetch even higher prices, but for the average collector, the very fine example is a desirable and relatively affordable option. Over the years, the 1971 50-cent coin has experienced growing interest in the numismatic market. As the years pass, the number of coins in circulation naturally decreases and the surviving examples, especially in better condition, become more valuable. Coin collectors who focus on Australian currency have shown a particular interest in this coin due to its historical context and the role it plays in the broader story of Australian coinage. One of the factors contributing to the coin's appeal is the strong demand for Australian pre-decimal and decimal coins. With Australia's increasing numismatic interest and the rise of online auction platforms, many collectors now have greater access to coins from the 1970s and beyond. This has led to an appreciation for well-preserved examples of the 1971 50-cent coin, further driving up its value. As we look at the long-term trends, it's clear that coins from the 1970s, particularly those in fine condition, have become increasingly attractive to collectors who want to complete their Australian coin collections. Given the 1971 50-cent coin's connection to a pivotal time in Australia's history and its relatively limited availability, the coin is likely to maintain or even increase its value as time goes on. Factors that affect the coin's value. Several factors influence the value of the 1971 50-cent coin, with condition being paramount. Coins that have been kept in mint condition, whether stored in protective cases or kept in pristine environments, tend to fetch the highest prices. As with many collectibles, demand fluctuates over time based on trends in the numismatic community as well as general economic conditions. Another important factor is the rarity of the coin in certain grades. While most 1971 50-cent coins are not particularly rare in lower grades, those that are in very fine or higher condition are far less common and are therefore worth more. Coins that have been improperly stored, damaged, or heavily circulated will lose value, while those that remain in good condition will be highly prized by collectors. If you're a collector or a beginner, identifying a very fine condition coin can sometimes be tricky. However, there are a few simple guidelines that can help you assess whether your coin is in very fine condition. Coins in this grade will show moderate wear, but the design details, including the Queen's portrait and the features of the Australian coat of arms, should still be clear and distinct. There might be some flattening on the high points of the coin, but the overall image should still be well defined. The edges will also show signs of wear, but there should be no significant dents or scratches. It's important to remember that professional grading can give a more accurate assessment of a coin's condition. Many collectors choose to send their valuable coins to numismatic grading services, which evaluate the coin on a scale from poor to mint state. This is especially important if you're looking to sell or auction your coin, as a higher grade coin will command a much higher price. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a remarkable piece of numismatic history with its significant design, historical context, and ongoing demand from collectors. It remains one of the most valuable and sought-after coins from Australia's decimal currency series. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, adding a 1971 50-cent coin in very fine condition to your collection can be a rewarding investment, both financially and historically. As the numismatic world continues to evolve, the value of this coin is likely to rise, making it an excellent choice for anyone looking to enhance their collection or invest in a piece of Australian history. Thank you for watching.